There's another one where you said, the rarer you are, the rarer the people are who share your perspective. In this way, the greater your success, the fewer people you can share it with. And I was playing with this quote from Alain de Botton from the School of Life for ages, which was, loneliness is a kind of tax you have to pay to atone for a certain complexity of mind. And I'm really not sure, because since I've been in Austin, the complexity of mind thing, that hasn't stopped, but the loneliness changed. And I figured that was a big function of change of environment and maybe like whatever, embracing or acceptance of what was going on. But again, is this a byproduct of success that a lot of people don't necessarily realize? It's a price that's going to need to be paid. If you want to achieve a ton of success, you end up at this rarefied strata out in the troposphere somewhere. And you're like, well, I got like 5 people that I can talk to that understand what I'm going through at the moment. Or another question as well, is that a combination of hubris and self-delusion? Like, is that true? Or are there things that the bus driver or the lady that serves you at Whole Foods can actually like relate to you on?
So 2 questions. One is, I would probably reject the notion that it's a price overall, because like being in, like, if you think about it as a mountain, there's less square footage at the top of the mountain. It just is. There's fewer people there, and the air's thinner. It's harder to get there, harder to breathe, right? And you have to adjust to it. You have to acclimate. And the people that are around you, like, there are fewer of them, but you could make the argument that they have even more context than anyone else possibly could. And so maybe the relationship you have are potentially deeper. Even if they're not, humans don't need that many relationships. So like, you just have a smaller pool to choose from, but like most people only have 2 or 3 good relationships in their life anyways. And so like, you just have a narrower pool that you can make that selection from. And I mean, of the people that I have interacted with who are far above me on the mountain, that's what they've relayed to me. But it's only bad if you think it's a cost. If you're okay with it, because there are plenty of people who are lonely right now and don't have shit. So, and there's, and you already know this, but like there's a difference between being lonely and solitude, and one is seen as bad, the other is seen as fine or good. So in some circles, that's seen as self-care. So, so to me, it just means that like, I think your tolerance or your standard for friends raises. And I'll share this and hopefully it comes off the right way. I entered communities as I was coming up and was like, wow, everyone here is bigger than me. And then I was able to, through achievement, rise through that. And then I lost context with that group. And so I think there's just more free agency of friendship that happens on your climb up because you're just moving between strata more frequently than it is that if I settled at one of these levels, then I would eventually find all the people at that rung. But if you're constantly on the move up the mountain, then more of that is in transitionary period on the climb. And it's only a problem if you'd hate it. I don't.
What don't you hate? You don't hate the fact that sort of people come and go, that some of these relationships are kind of transient?
Yeah, it just doesn't bother me. Because I think it's like a should statement, which is like one of my big things. Is like, why should I? Why does it have to be? Why must it? Doesn't must anything. It just is that way. And that's fine.